Guys, before we move ahead today, we have a heartfelt request for you. We work really hard to bring you animated horror stories, and some of our viewers still haven't subscribed to our channel. So guys, no more delay. Just click the subscribe button. It's absolutely free. Let's do it together. 3, 2, 1. Done. Subscribed, right? Promise. Okay then, let's begin today's story. Exam day in a haunted school. Today was a big day for Rishi, who was in 12th grade. Rishi was from a small town in Rajasthan and had been living away from home in Jaipur for the past 2 years, preparing for his engineering entrance exams. Today was his entrance exam day, and he was already running late because the exam center was quite far. Without wasting any time, he started riding his bike at full speed to reach the center. As the city faded behind him, the road became more and more deserted. His exam center was Rajmal Senior Secondary School. As soon as Rishi saw the school building, his heartbeat started racing. When he looked at his wristwatch, 5 minutes had already passed since the exam started. He quickly parked his bike outside the school and started pleading with the guard to let him in. But the guard simply smiled and let him enter without any hassle. As Rishi passed by him, he noticed a strange shine in the guard's eyes, like someone who had returned there after many years. Everything inside the school hallway seemed normal. A long corridor, open classroom doors, and students already seated, writing their exams. Rishi rushed into his exam hall. The paper was distributed, and he started writing his answers quickly. The first 30 minutes went smoothly. Rishi was fully focused and had already written answers to 4 questions. It was 10:35 a.m. on the clock. As he began writing the 5th answer and looked up, he suddenly felt nervous. The teacher standing in front of the class was staring at him in a very strange way. Rishi ignored her and went back to writing. But then something really odd happened. He noticed that the 5th answer he had just written wasn't on his answer sheet. It still showed only 4 answers, nothing after that. Confused, he looked at the clock. It was still 10:35 a.m., the same time it showed 10 minutes ago. Then Rishi noticed the other students in the hall behaving strangely. Everyone was eerily quiet, writing without making a single sound. Suddenly, one boy started rubbing his finger hard against the desk, so hard that his fingernail came off. Yet he didn't stop. Rishi was stunned. No one, not even the teacher, paid any attention to that boy. Just then, a girl started banging her exam board on her head like a maniac. Another boy kept stabbing his hand with a pen. Suddenly, one girl began crying loudly and started chewing her hair. Rishi shouted for the teacher, but she just stood there with a creepy smile. Smoke began to fill the exam hall, and it smelled like burning flesh. Rishi saw a girl's shirt was on fire. Another boy started screaming and clawing at his skin like he was burning alive. He cried out, "Let me out of here!" The girl sitting in front of Rishi had her hands turning red as if acid had been poured on them. The teacher, who was earlier calm, now told everyone to stay quiet, and suddenly her eyes turned completely white. She tore her mouth open with her hands, peeling off her burning skin. Rishi was frozen in fear. The teacher's face was completely burned, and her bones were visible. All the students in the room suddenly caught fire and started screaming in agony. Their bodies were turning into ashes and smoke. The room was filled with the smell of burning flesh and smoke. Rishi couldn't even cry. He just wanted to escape that exam hall. As he stood up to run, someone grabbed his leg. Looking down, he saw the charred bodies of the students, and one of them was holding his leg. Mustering all his courage, he shook himself free and ran out of the room screaming. As soon as he got outside, it felt like a bomb had gone off inside the classroom. Moments later, a male teacher found an unconscious Rishi lying outside a locked classroom. He was taken to the medical room. After a while, Rishi regained consciousness and told the teacher everything that had happened. The teacher, however, thought Rishi was making up a story to skip the exam. He said Rishi never entered the exam room. In fact, the room Rishi spoke about had been locked for years. Shocked, Rishi went to check that classroom again, and indeed, it was locked. Disheartened, Rishi assumed it must have been a bad dream. But just as he was leaving the school, the guard told him something that shook him to his core. The guard explained that many years ago, during an exam in that very classroom, A student had tried to stop the exam by setting off firecrackers, hoping the teacher would get scared and cancel the test. But the firecrackers caused the curtains to catch fire, and it spread quickly, burning the entire classroom. Around 10:30 a.m., 40 students and a teacher were killed in the incident. Since then, many people claim to have seen their spirits in that room, and it was permanently sealed. After hearing all this, Rishi was in shock, but he finally understood that what happened to him wasn't just a dream. That day, he had narrowly escaped death. We hope nothing like this ever happens during your exams and wish you all the very best. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel Monday for more spine-chilling stories.